For the last 11 or so months, I've been putting out videos on this new Minecraft map that I'm working on. It's meant to be a set of board games like Mario Party, with custom dice, interesting boards, and cool features that I try to implement. I've been putting out monthly updates to keep track of what I've been doing, to keep myself motivated on the project, and to give myself a little personal accountability. This month, I'm going to finish the board I think I started this series on, the Eye Manor. Essentially, I'm going to get all the features I want implemented into this board and get it into a state where I think I can step away from without feeling like I need to go back to it. Unlike my last board. So, first things first, let's get those library books implemented. Okay, it is the start of the month. I've got a couple things done already. But what I really want to do is get some of the book effects done. I have 3 done already, and they are bound to these, like, 3 items. I have 1 that will blind people nearby. This is meant to be the House of Leaves one. I have just summoning some of those evoker fangs, and that is meant to be tied to It Ravages. And this one just gives you some nice, tasty, totally not evil villager buttons. If I just switch into survival, they look like villager eggs. They're actually just, if I can just hit that, they're actually just golden carrots. Just retextured golden carrots. You actually can't get food in the game right now, so that's kind of the only way to do it. So, yeah. Summons them like a block and a half from your face. Honestly, I just found the ominous item spawner, kind of wanted to do something with it, and I figured the how to serve villagers would be a decent thing to go with, you know? Okay, so let me just grab a zombie egg and switch to survival. And this should... oh. Not for very long, I guess. Huh. Okay, one reload. Hopefully this works. And it did not. Okay, so all the problems I was having was because I'm stupid and didn't remember which numbers were which rotation. So if I do this, we now have 3 blocks circling us, 1 for each dimension in the game. Probably could have used cobblestone for the overworld, but I feel like a grass block is a bit more representative of it, whereas netherrack and endstone are more representative of their respective dimensions. So, next test. You. And survival. Alright, bring it. Okay. Looks good. Right, it's just one thing left. Okay, so if I drop this... shoot. Alright, so if I drop this, we get our little spinners. And I should have some decent resistance. Alright, so summoning a zombie gets rid of one of them. Second hit gets rid of the other one. Third hit gets rid of the third. And now, yep, no longer have resistance. Perfect. Originally, I wanted the... This is for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Dimensions. Originally, I wanted it to teleport you between boards, but I think this is cooler and makes more sense from a combat perspective. Okay, so I know this won't be as impressive as having a bunch of stuff spinning around you and being able to take 3 hits without taking damage, but I'm really excited about this one, right? Watch this. Yeah, I have a command block that just takes everything in my inventory and pops it right there. So I want an item that lets you steal one random item from a random player. And this is to match up with the Thief of Tick Speed book from the library. And this just does it. And it makes me so happy. Now, there's a couple things I need to do with this yet, like some flashy effects and some special use cases. But aside from that, this is cool. Okay, I don't know why this happens, but I switched it from taking just an entire stack to just taking one item. And, why aren't the item entities stacking? Shouldn't that 500, those 500 entities, stack down into 9? Why is it still making more? Oh. Oh no. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay. I think I'm gonna switch it to that, because being able to just steal an entire stack from someone's inventory feels broken and overpowered. You can steal one. Okay, how does this work with multiple stacks? Perfect, looks perfect. Okay, so I've successfully bound the theft function to an item. Again, just temporary until I get the actual books in place. But, there's something a little weird going on, because it's doing both particles, and it should not be. Also, where'd my command block go? Oh, don't tell me I screwed something up. Alright, let's try this again. So, now you go fast. The idea is that Thief of Tick Speed steals an item and makes you fast. It'll shoot out some particles on the person who goes faster and some particles on the person who goes slower. Little puff of dust for the person who's going faster, and some slime particles for the person who goes slower, which you probably saw when I screwed up the demonstration earlier. But if I just change this command block, and I just put a little button right here, then you can kind of see the effects from the other person's point of view. They get slower for about a minute. Oh, I'm still fast. And the item is just taken from their inventory. Show that again. What did that actually take from me? Hang on. Where's the chain? Oh, I bet this just has some weird quirks with running it from a command block and it's taking the chain. If I just get rid of the chains, everything will work fine. Yeah, it's just because it's summoned from a player. Oh, that could be a problem, actually. Especially since I want the player to be able to steal things. If they drop an... If they get an effect from the item that's summoned, that could be a problem. Although I think that's an easy fix. I can always work on that later. With the book effects implemented, I decided to try working on other tile events that could happen around the map. Not really having a direction, I figured the little space next to the library settlement could use something to fill it. Okay. This is what I get for getting up at 8 in the morning to do recording stuff. Alright, so what do I want to happen here? I'm thinking instead of dropping out a gumball, we can drop out a little capsule someone can open up. I think the Heart of the Sea kind of looks like one of those little capsules you get in one of the little quarter machines that you open up and there's like a tiny cheap plastic toy in there. I think that'd be a pretty decent thing. All we need to do is make the event and also the item to do something. Okay. Function boards test. This should give me a Heart of the Sea named prize ball. Alright, and does it? No, it does not. Okay. Okay, I think I've got it. There we go. Nice. Right, so this... I'm not 100% sure what all I'm going to add to the prize ball. It's basically just going to be like a little... Just a little loot table of random toys or things, I guess. Maybe different things you can get around maps other than here. Not sure. But the main thing is that it's working. Okay. So I go to my space, roll the dice, want to go to the library, Right. Got gold coins and the turn. Right. My turn again, go to my space, roll the dice. Rolled a 1. That bites. Whatever. One day I will get rid of this. Whatever. Okay, we want to go skip it. And now we want to roll a 2 when we get back from this. Please don't be climbing a hill again. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Roll 2. I'm sorry, what? Alright, guess who wasn't done implementing these? That's right. It was me! I forgot to do something! Again. I am my own worst enemy. And still nothing is happening. I know why. And that is because the function is called gumball machine, not gunball machine. And you know what? This isn't even really entirely my fault, because, warning for everyone who does not like really gross things, this is my keyboard. Yes, it is a very old keyboard. No, I am not going to replace it. Alright. Let's try this one more time. Adventure. Tag me, add, moving. And there you go. Okay, this is just going to be a really quick update. I have made the prize balls better. They have better sounds. And they actually give you things. Specifically, oh, come on, it's like the most likely thing you can get from these things. Why haven't I gotten one yet? Come on. Oh, you cannot be serious. There it is. Prize toy. Dusty, $150. Does not do anything. It's just a little rabbit toy. Cute little rabbit toy, honestly. But yeah, it's literally just as likely to get one of these as it is the gold or the copper. I don't know. The elytra are literally the rarest thing in the loot table. I got 3 of those before I got the prize toy. I don't understand. Anyways, the sounds are from the armadillo. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. I've also added, back here, a little thing you can climb down. Haven't added anything to it yet. I will though. Not right away. Right now I'm just trying to make the board basically feature complete. All that's left is adding a couple of events to the kitchen. I have an idea for one, and I need 2 more because I also need to add the way to get the burning and frozen dice in here now that I think about it. Okay, so I have been messing around with what I want to do for events in here. And I think it's coming down to, ultimately, this is where you get weapons and things to fight with, and the library is kind of where you get strategic stuff, except for the prize ball, which gives you just loot. I have figured out that I want this to be where you get burning dice, because it's behind the furnace, and behind the refrigerator here is where you get the frozen dice, and an additional one over there. And in the middle is going to be a little thing to summon all of the monsters in the map that, like, summon scrap and whatever. I think I know what I want to do for behind the furnace and for behind the fridge. What I'm going to do is something along the lines of this. Give the player a sword and something to fight, and if they win, they get one. I needed something that could give a loot table because the burning dice numbers are randomly assigned, as are the frozen dice ones. Thing is, frozen dice are, like, infinitely more valuable than the burning dice because the burning dice, the number goes down every turn. So that is something to think about. Burning dice need to do something, specifically the residue after they've burned away. Otherwise, no one's going to want to get them, and considering where the spots to get them are, is just before branching off. People are probably going to get at least one of these. They need to do something other than fill up a player's inventory. You may also notice that I changed that to a magma cube rather than wool, and that's kind of just for flavor. I think I changed the frozen dice into actual ice as well. Let me check really quick. Ah, no, frozen dice is still wool. I'm gonna change that. So if I do the test command again, I get a sword and a mistake. Give me a sec. That's more like it. Okay. You don't actually have a bow, do you? Maybe this won't be that bad. Oh. I forgot to change the loot table too. Okay, let's try this again. And hopefully I don't get killed. And I'm hit immediately. That sucks. Ah, but there we go. Frozen dice. And a really expensive sword. Goody. Okay, alright, looking good. So if I just go over and tag myself as moving. Ooh. Huh? The player is going to be at an immediate disadvantage because they do start with slowness. So with no armor and submitting myself to the randomness of loot tables, let's see. Oh wait, I gotta switch to adventure mode really quick. And eat. Now if I add moving, I get a wooden sword. That's not... Okay. Cool. Nice. After I finished those tiles, I realized I should probably implement the book tiles in the library maze. So I wired the book effects to actual enchanted book items, put together functions for the 5 pink tiles in the maze, and set them all up. It was around this time that I realized I never added the final book to the library. Okay, if I want to get this done in time, I don't have time to worry about secrets behind the gumball machine. I can always come back and work on that later. Right now, game needs to be feature complete. So, the last book. Honestly, I'm thinking probably just don't do that. I think 5 books is enough. I can't really think of anything the last book would be used for. I thought about adding like a little library card thing. Wasn't sure what effect it would do, so I just gave up on that idea. I'm gonna hold it in reserve though, in case I do come up with something it could do. But probably not. So, instead of trying to figure out something for that, I started working on monsters that would spawn in the area. I mostly placed the spawners in places where there wasn't much else. I did not put any in the basement since there's only one mob that should be down there. And I only put one in the entryway since I thought there shouldn't be too many mobs in the starting area. I also, at some point, decided to make monster spawners visible when there's a creative player nearby to help me figure out good placement for them, and so I don't accidentally forget where they are, like everything else that is invisible. Next up was putting down all the scrap bundles on the floor. Since it had been a while, I needed to refresh myself on how all that worked, and once I reworked everything a little bit, I got rolling. So, with multiple different edits made to the scrap assistance and a decent amount of different scrap nodes placed around the map, there's really only one thing left to do. Let's play. Alright, I think it is time to test this, and I am going to speedrun. can make this go as fast as possible, because I think I've properly broken this. Aim of the game is to kill the man in the house and the basement. So I think the fastest thing to do is to just search every barrel for loot. I think this one just has a notebook. Okay, not a good start. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be weapons in these. Ah, yeah, that's gonna have to be replaced by a barrel at some point, because apparently chests don't work with my current method, so... Oh well. Jump over this. Collect some of these. If I get a bunch of 6s, that would be great. Perfect. There's a 6 right there. I should make those play some sounds when you collect them. Definitely be more immersive. That is 5. 5 is good too. 1 and 3, not so much. Right, so I think there is a barrel on the other side here. And I don't remember if that... No, that just has treasure in it. Okay. Cool. Okay, these are my last chances to get weapons. And there should be... Okay, axe. Axe is good. But the rest of it is just wood, scrap, tattered notebooks, and a diamond. That's not the best. Right. Well, I've got a weapon at the very least. There's no armor in the game, so that is unfortunate. I think what I need to do now is just roll and try and get to the basement. Right. Cool, that works. Now just another high dice. There we go. And we should see him right there. Okay, bucko. Okay, no. Oh. Huh. Nope, I want to stay up so that he can't hit me, but I can hit him. There we go. Why didn't the wind thing happen? That was supposed to end the game. I don't know why it didn't. But hey, only about 5 minutes. Not bad. Although I think maybe I'm gonna have the man disappear when he kills a player. Mostly just to keep things interesting. You got one go, if he kills you, you lose kind of thing. Yeah, okay. That way you can't actually really speedrun the guy. You actually do kind of have to go around the map. And there are benefits to going through the library maze, because all of those books will save you hits. Although it occurs to me finishing minigames might cancel out the defender status from the Hitchhiker's Guide to Dimensions. Something to look into. Yeah, there's no way people are gonna see that. Well, I think that is going to be it for this episode. I think I finally have this map in a place I would call finished, or at least feature complete. After debugging a couple things like not being able to finish the game, or items not spawning, or just general things. Everything now works more or less perfectly. There's a couple things in the store that aren't there, but I can put them there, and you can play the game without them. So, yeah, if you like the video, leave a like, maybe leave a comment about what you want to see next, because I don't have a concrete plan as to what I'm going to do after this. I have an idea, but as usual, never anything concrete. Leave some suggestions. And yeah, maybe subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And I will see y'all next time. Later.